Let's go ahead and get started. Good morning. This is Judge Alyssa Perez presiding over the 210th District Court Civil Docket for July 12th, 2023. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all emergency orders and directives regarding COVID-19. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Erica, I just want to make sure you're there.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay, calling cause number 2020 DCV 0101. Melissa Zambrano and Rosa Medina versus Enrique Lujan. May I have announcements, please?
Judge Daniel Mena for Melissa Zambrano, and I'm ready.
Okay, and I understand defendant, well, over the course of this case, correct, and I don't recall ever, was there ever anyone who had appeared or?
Never.
No?
Judge, and see, I had prepared a motion to transfer to probate court, and I have the order actually in my file. However, when I kind of went to Judge Strelitz, who's the associate judge, he was a little reluctant at this point because he was just a little reluctant because we had to appoint, my client would have to appoint herself as an administratrix, and then she would have to basically sue herself. So it was kind of a conflict. So they may have to appoint an independent administratrix in that, or an administrator, which would really, really increase my client's fees. So that's why he said, well, he would just suggest that we can see if we can continue with you and let you have it. At that point, Judge, he was a little bit more reluctant. Not that he wouldn't do it, but it was just going to be so not cost effective for my client. So that's why we have kept it with you, and that's what we're trying to do.
Well, but that motion, let's see. So the case was filed back in January of 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can kind of talk a lot of 2020, to pandemic issues. However, the motion to transfer was filed on April 5th. We did not have a hearing on that, correct?
Right. I just filed it April the 5th. It was filed April the 5th of 2021, Judge.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a copy here.
And then, so we never had a hearing on it. And then we go through several statuses. Let me see, beginning in 2021, starting on April 7th. Yeah, I don't want to count. So what is the request on the motion for new trial?
Judge, I would ask that you just allow me to reinstate. I would then immediately contact, I will then notify by publication. Ismael Peace originally represented the deceased when he was alive, Judge. This was prior to us filing the lawsuit. I don't know if he has any contact with his client, and I don't know if he would be willing to represent him or his client on this. But there was an attorney on the other side prior to us filing this lawsuit, and then we had to file the lawsuit. So if we could just reinstate it, Judge, then I would prepare the necessary documents for my client to sign off on it for the notice for publication. And if we have to publish the 4 times, we'll publish the 4 times. But what the expense that she's basically given, we've eaten that totally, but it would have to be like 3 or 4 times more for what she deposited to get this case heard. So it's just not cost effective for her. But obviously, this is something we need to get done. I'd like to get it resolved. So I'd ask that you please allow me to grant a new trial in this case, and then I'll prepare the documents this week for my client to sign, and then I'll submit them to you.
Mr. Mena, the court is not inclined to reinstate this case. It was originally set for DWAP in May of 2021. That was set 3 times, 4 times. This is after the transfer, the request to transfer. And then we went through all of 2021, all of 2022. We had a DWAP in April of 2022, scheduling status conference, which for my purposes indicates we're restarting this case. I went through 1, 2 scheduling status conferences. And in 2023, we had 2. I believe you appeared for all of those.
I've never missed a hearing, Judge. I've never missed a hearing.
And so, but there has been no movement. And so just talking about, notice by publication, that really should have been done a long time ago. And so yes, I respectfully am denying the request for new trial.
Judge, it just pushes me, we have a statute problem, but I respect your decision, Judge, but it would really because of the administration would have a statute problem, but I'll do whatever the court feels appropriate.
Okay. The request for a new trial is denied. Thank you very
Very
much.
good, Judge. I'll notify my client. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Do we have any of the 930s available?
Yes, number 3, Judge.
Mhm.
The third one on the list, Judge.
Okay.
In cause number 2021 DCV 4185, Randy Nájera versus Lola Vanessa Rogers. Announcement of council, please.
Good morning, Judge Ashley Cedillo on behalf of the plaintiff.
Good morning, Judge Joshua Murphy on behalf of defendant Rogers.
Okay, I have us down for an entry of judgment. How are we doing?
Your Honor, on this one, we received the release earlier this week. I want to say possibly about Monday. So we're in the process of trying to get that signed by our client. And then also, we are waiting on to hear from health insurance lien reductions from Blue Cross Blue Shield. So that way we can get proper drafting instructions to opposing counsel.
Okay, let me see.
This is our first entry of judgment.
Okay, that was what I was looking for, and Odyssey is super slow, so you're way faster, Ms. Cedillo. All right, so are we talking 30 days, 60 days? What are we talking about?
I would feel more comfortable within 60 days because it does
Okay.
take a while to get a reduction, to get the drafting instructions. And I would hate to rush opposing counsel with those drafting instructions when we were the ones that took a while to get it from the entity.
Is 60 days enough?
I believe so, Your Honor. It's all varies upon third parties, but we're hoping.
All right. Mr. Murphy, you good with 60 days?
Yeah, 60 days sounds great, Judge. And if it gets done before then, we'll make sure to submit paperwork to the court.
Oh, I love the optimism. That's great.
We are hopeful.
Okay, we'll reset you for 60 days. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
May I please
Judge.
thank you?
You owe me. Have a good day.